So hello, it's Tania from Tatty Treasure and Tinker Treasure. So this is me and this is my office. This is where I run both my Etsy shops from and do everything. Sorry about the glare. Gosh, I can't stand not having my glasses on. Yeah, sorry for the sun glare, but it's sunny. So this is going to be the first part. I'm going to break it up into two parts. This is the question and answer face to face for hitting 250 subbies. Way! So thank you, thanks a lot everybody who's joined me so far. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better, you getting to know me better, and hopefully all inspiring each other, because for me that's what it's all about. So yeah, I'm going to break it up into two parts. So this is going to be a more personal get to know me, and then I'll answer the more crafty, just see if I can go a bit, that's not so glary, but I look weird. Oh yeah, that's really not good. Just sorry, I'm gonna have to go without the glasses on. You'll have to give me a minute for me to get used to it. Maybe sunglasses would have been better, because now I'm just gonna squint, but at least you haven't got the glare. So yeah, I've break it up into two parts. This one's gonna be a more general getting to know me, and the next time will be more crafty. So the people's questions that I'll be answering, because I'm not going to do it in a question answer format, but I will answer the questions within what I say. So yeah, I'm going to be answering Vintage Studios question, Ali from Cockney Crafter, Diane, AG, CA, Redesigned, and my friend Roxana. So I'm Tania. Let me just put my yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm Tania. I'm 48, 49, one of those. And I live in a small place called Kimberley, which is in Nottinghamshire, which is in the UK. I have 3 daughters. 2 older daughters who now, you know, have flown the nest and have got their own partners and families, and 1 daughter is still at home who's 12. So I live with my partner, my little girl, and my dog Colin. So that's us. Yeah, I currently work in retail. I work for a fashion retail high street company. Obviously I'm off work at the moment. I think I've been in retail last 15 years. Before that I was a youth worker. I did mentoring and outreach work for excluded teenagers. Love that, but very, very draining, and it got a bit too much over the years. So yeah, I went into retail, and the reason why I wanted to do that, I still wanted that you know, one-to-one with people, like I am a people person. So yeah, retail's harder work than what you think. I've always worked full-time up until the last few years, so I hope I don't go terribly off on a tangent, but I will. So yeah, I'll try and rein myself back in. So that's me, where I'm from. So how long have I been crafting? Wow, that's a really hard one to answer, because actually sitting down crafting only the last couple of years, because I've had the time to do that. Before I worked full time and stuff, so I just didn't have the time, and I really didn't. I didn't feel the need. You know, I was busy. I used to decorate, and I think probably my artistic things came out in decorating and gardening and cooking, and fashion and that kind of thing. So as I've got older, you know, I don't like cleaning anymore. You know, I used to love it, don't anymore. So yeah, I think, you know, as I've got older, it's developed into something else. But you know, years ago I used to sit in embroidery, did a bit of sewing, like a bit of colouring, some beautiful colouring books about. Did some stenciling, you know, around the house and things like that. But yeah, probably up until 4 years ago, it wasn't as, you know, full time as what it is now. So that kind of answers that. And what led me really to have the time to develop art is I got poorly. I'd felt poorly for 13 years, on and off, and I kept going back to the doctors, and I was still working full time up until 4 years ago, and I just knew that there was, you know, something not right. Just tired all the time, different pains in different areas. And then 4 years ago it got really, really bad to the point that I was bedridden for about 6 weeks. So it came out that I'd got fibromyalgia. So I went from working 5 days to 4, and then to 3, and now to 2. And each time I've give a day up, it's like, oh yeah, this is, you know, I can cope with this amount of work, but then over time it gets too much. So yeah, now I'm working 2 days a week, but hopefully by the end of this year I'll be down to 1 day a week. I do still want to carry on working 1 day a week, because I would just stay in my pyjamas and be a hermit if I didn't have work to go to, and I get a good discount, and I do love clothes and pyjamas. So yeah. So yeah, 4 years ago that happened. I spent this time in bed. Never really watched YouTube before. I didn't know what could I watch on there. What did I want to watch on there? So when I was diagnosed as having fibromyalgia, I went to a therapist, CBT, cognitive development therapy, yeah. And she said about journaling and, you know, to get rid of frustrations and things like that. She said she thought it might help me. So I came home and I was like, not wrote a diary since I was 14, and I was writing about who I'd got a crush on, you know, and it would have been today's date and saw what's his name and before he looked at me type thing. So yeah, I've not kept a diary since then. And so it was like, oh, how do you write a journal? Like what is one? Because people just called them diaries. Let me just get a drink. So I had to Google journals, and you know, after time I stumbled on junk journals. First it was I think the searches what was coming up was more bullet journaling, planning, that kind of stuff, and that then led on to finding junk journals. And two of the first people that I found was Kelly Snow and Yvonne Preston, and I watched them for a long time, and then Laurie Girl on the Ridge, absolutely all fantastic artists, you know, thick laces and absolute beauty, and I just used to lay in bed when I was sick and just, you know, watch everything they've ever made. So I bought some lace and coffee stains, some paper, and I had a bit of a mess of that, and I was awful, absolutely awful. So I put it away. I thought, no, it's not, you know, it's not for me. But I still continued to watch because I absolutely loved watching. I was hooked on watching. So from there, I was you know, that as much as I love looking at all that beauty, it's it didn't really speak to me. It wasn't my style or anything. So I came across Wendy at Wendy's Junk Journal Adventures, who I really do admire, and I absolutely think she's fabulous. Yeah, she's really cool. So and I was like, wow, this is, you know, me, my style. This talks to me. And then obviously I found Tracy Fox, who again is a total inspiration. Really love Tracy's work. And then Andrea, who's, you know, absolutely brilliant at mixed media and doing them fabulous backgrounds. So yeah, probably watched everything that they've ever made and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think this is what I like to watch, and it's interesting and stuff. But I was still intimidated to give it a go, and I think this went on nearly 2 years. It was a closet watcher, and yeah, I was just so nervous. I didn't know where to make a start, because there's so many components to it that, you know, you've got to make this journal, and to make this journal you need a cover, and you need to coffee stain this paper, and then there's all this inking, and then all these embellishments and pockets and tags, and it was like, where do you start? So then I found Izzy B's creations, and absolutely wonderful. At the time she was doing a lot of nature inspired, let me just get comfy, a lot of nature inspired things, and I absolutely loved them. And she fantastically brought out these templates to make your own traveller's notebooks, and that was it. You know, got one of those, printed it off, cut it up, and then I got it in front of me, and I could work out how a book comes together type thing. So yeah, I started making some little TNs, and then I, you know, stained some paper, and I just thought I'll practice just making embellishments and you know, pockets and that type of thing. So really for the last year, that's what I've been doing. I've made the odd, well, I do make notebooks and hardback little notebooks and flippy flappy stuff, but up until I've never made a full actual journal. I've just brought some TNs out, and they are really, without a template, they are the first proper journals that I've done, which aren't blank, which I've got, I would call them semi-nude, semi-bare, or semi-decorated, should I say. So yeah, I'm still on the path of learning, which I suppose whatever level you're at, you're always learning. There's always more to learn, and I think that's what's so interesting with junk journals, is there's so many different elements to it. Even though I can, you know, now do a lot of embellishments and stuff, I've not really tried things like altered paper clips and journal jangles and, you know, jewellery and that kind of stuff. So there's so much still to learn. So now I'm going to concentrate a bit more on making journals, and then, you know, marrying the two together. I can make the embellishments, now I can make the journals, and now I can do both type thing. I think I went on a real big tangent there. Don't even know which question I was answering. Oh, how did you get into junk journals? So yeah, that was how I got into junk journals and junk journaling myself. But like I say, it's been 4 years since I first ever heard about it. So I opened Tatty Treasures a year ago. I think like a year ago last week. So happy birthday. Yeah, so that's that. So where are you from? We've done that. How long have you crafted? how did you get into J? And what got you started? I've covered that. Yeah, getting an illness in a strange way has allowed me the time to be able to pursue other things. So yeah, it's been a blessing in disguise, and I've made the most of it. So yeah, that's what got me started. And then the other one was how long have I been doing junk journals. So yeah, I have covered that. So this one's from Rosie. I don't know if to put it in this one or the next one, because it's a bit of both. And Rosie said, does my art style intertwine with my personal style? Well, if you see what I've got on, it's quite loud, and I always wear, quite bright lipstick. So no, my art style is totally different to my house is decorated in mainly grey, and it's muted, easy on the eyes. I like a lot of greens and plants and stuff. So my house reflects my artwork, because I do prefer, working with the browns and the greens and the neutrals. But my actual style is quite flamboyant, and I've probably toned it down more as I've got older. But yeah, I wear really quite big prints. I love really garish trousers with paisley on and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm well known at work for my lippy. Even if I'm doing the most dirtiest jobs at work, in the back, nobody can see me, I'm still, let me put my lipstick on. So yeah, it doesn't. I feel like the artwork is more me inside. This is the outside of me, fun and bright and garish, but deep inside I'm calm, grounded, and I like natural and really easy colours and quiet, and I love peace and quiet. And the thing with having the fibromyalgia, my partner still is a big walker, but I used to go walking a lot. We're quite lucky that we live very near Derbyshire, which is, for people not in England, is part of the national park. So it's an absolutely beautiful place, and there's lovely hills and walks and things. So yeah, I used to go a couple of times a week, and I love being in the woods, in the forest, and natural water and things like that. But yeah, to get to a lot of these places, it's quite a walk already to get to the middle of it, where it's at its most beautiful. So I don't go anymore, and that made me really sad at the beginning of my illness. I'd had to cut down from work. I was spending weeks at a time in bed. The first 2 years was really, I was probably in bed more than I was at work, so it was really quite hard. And I just felt, I wasn't seeing my, the family who doesn't live under the roof. And I just felt as if, everything had gone. So when I started doing the junk journals, and I started with the botanical papers and stuff, and I just totally lose myself in the paper, and I'm transported into that wood, and yeah, that's very special. So I'm going to leave it at brought a tear to me. Yeah, and then she said, does it reflect on your personal style and your home and stuff? So yes and no. So that's me. That's half of the questions, and I will come back another day with something even more garish on. and give you my answers to my crafty questions. So thanks for joining me, thanks a lot, and I do really appreciate everybody who has subbed and liked and commented on my journey so far, and all my customers in both of my Etsy shops. You know, I thank you very much. See you later, bye.